G'day everyone, it's Jill, also known as Jeannie Oz, and I'm hanging out here with a number of my cruising mates. Say hello everyone.
Hello.
Unfortunately, we've had some technical issues. What a surprise. But anyhow, we've decided to go ahead and record this video, and we're going to then upload it to YouTube. So the very first person that I've got sitting beside me in the chair is one of our overseas visitors. I daren't ask her why she came on the cruise, but I'm going to. Kirsty Gray, why did you come on this cruise?
Because I was invited to come on the cruise, Jill, and come and lecture on the cruise.
But you could have said no.
I could have said no, but I didn't, because I knew I was going to meet some wonderful people like you.
Oh, okay. So tell me about some positives from the cruise, apart from the fact you've got a bit of red and you look like beetroot.
Thanks. I thought that wouldn't come down the video, so I thought we'd just kind of leave that, the covered over bit. First time I've been to Australia, first time I've been on a cruise, and first time I've met most of the people down here. Obviously I've known you on social media for a long time, as well as Helen Smith and Rosemary and Alan, but never actually met them in person. I met Alan in September at the Exodus conference.
Oh, okay.
Because he was over in the UK, but not actually met any of these lovely people before, which is great. So that's been super.
Okay, so have you actually learnt anything, or?
I have.
Oh, good.
That I've got good sea legs.
Yes.
That actually, even I can't overcome jet lag.
Okay.
That actually we have to just kind of go with that.
Maybe.
But yeah, I've learned loads of things. I mean, what I know about Irish and Scottish records, well, what I know now is a lot more than what I started off with. It's just, there's so many different lectures you can go to. It's just hard to pick which one of the three that you
I
to.
have difficulty with this because unfortunately I haven't been to as many of your lectures as I should have been.
But at least you
but
will
I
be
will be
tonight.
coming tonight. What are you teaching us about tonight?
Tonight is tracing the history of a community, so about the Society of One Place Studies, which is a newly formed society that
So have you got something to do with that, have you?
Yes, I did form it with 5 other interested local and family historians back in September. Well, a lot of groundwork before that, but it was launched in September.
Fantastic. Well, we don't need the URL because people can search in Google
Well, you
and
can.
find it.
Well, one-place-studies.org will get you there.
Okay, and I believe you're the chairperson or chairman?
Well, I'm the chairman of
something
another
else.
organisation, but I'm chair of the society, so yes, I'm chairman. Don't ask why the titles are different, it's a long story. But chairman of the Guild of One Name Studies and have been for the last 4 years. Who knows, maybe another year in April if they'll allow me to stay on. But I've been on the committee for the Guild for 10 years now. Bless you.
Oh, bless you. We've got
very live.
Yeah, we've got a whole lot of people here, and there are people walking past in the corridor outside
absolutely.
wondering who these weird people are.
Okay,
That's fine. Now, Kirsty, I might say thank you, and thank you for being such a breath of fresh air and someone who's sort of brought the average age of the cruise down significantly.
Yeah.
So thank you for your bubbly, bright,
That's all right.
for
Bright in every sense
everything,
there.
and for representing the mother country.
Lovely. Right, I shall hop out of the chair.
And I need someone else to sit in the chair because unfortunately I've got Margaret from Western Australia beside me, but it took us so long to get the camera pointing in the right direction that I daren't
move
touch
it. No.
So I need someone to. You're going to jump into the chair.
Right, I'm jumping out.
Jump. Well, it's out and in. Now, Glenn, where do you come from?
Originally?
Yeah, well,
Melbourne.
And why are you on the cruise?
Well, I have joined the Strathpine Family History group,
Yes,
and I had a brochure
for the cruise.
for the cruise.
So actually,
So I
your
decided-
society's responsible for you being here in a way, because they promoted the cruise.
That's
So
right.
you didn't come last year.
No, I
This is
didn't know about it.
you're a maiden cruiser.
I am.
So far, how do you find the cruise experience?
The cruise has been lovely.
Yes.
The food,
Yep.
accommodation, everything has been lovely.
Yes.
And just overwhelmed with the amount of information.
Information. It's
Got writer's cramp.
brain bursting. So have you got any takeaways that have really stuck with you? Some things that actions you're going to undertake because of what you've learned?
Well, I've still got some time with Chris Payton to come because he said that he'd give me some time on Scotland and Ireland,
Great.
which is fascinating. And I've met people like Kerry Farmer, and I've met so many people. The dinner arrangements in the evening, wonderful.
Yeah.
You get to meet people.
Yeah.
Um,
Have you done anything outside the conference, or are you mainly stuck to it?
Today on the cruise.
Yes, on the cruise. Have you
No,
gone
not
to every
really.
session, or have you gone ice skating or
No,
rock climbing,
no,
or
no,
taken part in any of those other?
Been in the pool, been in the sauna.
Okay.
Done the walking.
Round and round to walk off your dinner. Yes.
They're the main things.
Oh, that's
And then
fantastic.
today I went into the Lutheran
Yes.
archive with Margaret.
Yeah. Oh, I believe Margaret got so much there. We'll ask her
Yes,
about
she got
that.
pages and pages.
Pages. So the shore excursion. Did you do a shore excursion
No.
or
No.
in Melbourne the other day, an ad hoc one with other
No.
genies? You didn't?
No, I
But
just
you
did.
just did today.
Yeah, I
Well, it's
just
an ad
went-
hoc. It's not a
I went across
organised.
and got on the train
Yeah.
and went into the city and did the walk. And
Lovely. Okay. Well, isn't that wonderful? There's someone, Tiggy Johnson, come and say hello. Tiggy's one of the presenters on the conference, and it's really different. Tiggy's a poet.
It's not that different being a poet.
It's not that. So, Tiggy, tell us what brought you on the cruise? Why are you here?
It seems like a really good idea.
Have you got the family history bug, and have you had that for a long time?
I do have the bug,
Or
and
did
I've
poetry come first?
poetry came first,
Okay.
but I've had the bug for about 3 years.
And what are you doing with the people who come to your sessions?
I guess I'm talking a bit about why I'm choosing to write in poetry rather than in a more traditional format, and really trying to give a good idea of the different decisions I make and how I'm writing a piece and what sort of, I guess what choices I make.
Are you doing any? Are you workshopping, or you're sort of rather
There's
presenting?
no workshop.
There's no
Yeah.
workshop. Yeah. And so you've come as a presenter. Was there another reason for coming on the cruise?
Well, I decided to come on the cruise before I was
Okay.
a presenter.
All right.
So,
And,
yes.
and so, what takeaways have you got from the cruise so far? What have you learned that you might apply in your family history life?
Well, I'm reminded that my sailor person is a really long way back. Yeah, look, I've had some good tips on my Germans, and so when I get home, I've got some good stuff to go
So was
send to them.
Rosemary Kapicki able to
Yes,
help you with
she
that?
was
Because
indeed, yes.
she's a bit of a German expert.
Yes.
We've got so many experts on the cruise. It's
It
just
is.
wonderful.
It is.
And experts amongst
But I,
the people who are just not
everyone's an
officially-
expert on their
yeah,
own stuff, isn't
absolutely,
it?
yeah.
But I need a Hungarian expert.
Oh,
Does
do
anyone
you?
know a Hungarian?
Yes, I do, but she's in the United States, so that's a bit tragic.
Maybe
Lisa
she'll see
Elzo.
this and think, hey,
Lisa-
Tiggy, open up.
Lisa Elzo is wonderful with Hungarian research. She does it as a living. She's really good. So, thank you for having a chat with me.
Thank
I
you,
need
Jill.
someone to vacate. I
Yes,
need you to
no,
vacate the
that's
chair, and I
fine.
need someone to jump in quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't be shy. Please come and share your cruise
I'll jump in,
experiences.
but I've got
Come on,
to
Margaret. Well, you'll have to go all around, or Jackie might. Jackie, you be ready. And Jill's learnt lots on the cruise. It's really exciting. Oh, here's Margaret Doherty will jump in. She's always got good for a chat. Hello, Margaret, President, and I'm not going to say the society you're the president of, but we are honoured to have you here. Now, what society is it again?
Genealogical Society of Queensland.
Yes, I called, anyway, I misnamed the society the other day, and I got a little virtual rap over the knuckles from Margaret. So, Margaret, why did you come again? You came last year on the cruise.
I'm a bit of a junkie.
You're a
And
junkie.
it's the only way my husband can get me on a cruise.
Cruise.
If I keep busy with the family history.
Okay. Now, you're going to present. You haven't presented yet.
No,
You-
tomorrow.
tomorrow. So, are you nervous?
I haven't got there yet. Yeah,
Okay.
we just got back from Adelaide, and yeah, I'll think about that tonight.
Yeah. Actually, I've got 3 tomorrow, and I did spend a bit of time in my cabin changing them yet again. Have you set on what you're saying, or are you
Yeah,
sort
no.
of a nervous person and
No,
keep changing?
I've got my slides, my PowerPoint.
You've handed it in, have
No,
you?
I haven't handed it in, but I'm not
neither
going to
have
change
I.
it.
Okay, that's good. So, you're here to share with others. What's your topic?
Nurses in the First World War.
And why?
I just think they're fascinating ladies. I just did a little potted work around central Queensland, but it's all over. They're just magnificent. They went near the front line.
Yeah.
They had jobs and professions before they went anywhere near the war, and yeah, they're just leaders for women.
Fantastic. Okay, so that's you with your presenter hat on.
Yes.
Can you change hats?
Yep.
Okay. Put your learner hat on.
Yes. I got something out of Sean. No, I get something out of everything I go to, even though I think I might know it. I learnt about my library on Trove. So you
Oh,
can.
okay. Oh yeah, I've
yeah.
got one of them.
Yeah, no, I've not used that before. Yeah, and Chris Payton with his Godly Commonwealth, Scottish churches.
Yes.
That was really good. Yes. You've got to understand, I think, the context of what you're doing. So.
Yeah. So, as the president of a reasonably large society, what are you going to take back? Is there anything you're taking back to the society?
Oh yeah, I think
To apply?
there's things that, you know, everyone's talking about social media and we just need to do it a little bit better. Yeah, but I think, and the writing, and we've got Tiggy as a member of our
Oh, is
society,
she?
so she's a member of our writing group.
Oh,
so
fantastic.
yeah, so
That's
we
a bit of a bonus, isn't it?
poems are wonderful.
Oh, fantastic. And you and I met at Roots Tech last
We
year.
did.
And we're not there. Are you
No.
sorry you didn't go, or no? You're pleased to be here.
I'm happy here. I get a lot out of these conferences.
Yeah.
A lot more than I got from Roots Tech.
Oh, good.
And it's so local.
It is. Yeah, it's quite comfortable. Well, that's great. I'm hoping that we get another volunteer to jump in. Jackie, Margaret, the other Margaret. Just if you can be lined up ready to jump into the hot, the what sort of chair do we call it? The electric chair, the hot chair. Now, that's good. They're getting their acts together, these girls and boys. Now, I hope there's a boy there, although I think, Bruce, did you escape?
He's escaped.
He's escaped.
He's gone for dinner.
Oh, we've got plenty of time. Okay. So, Jackie, why did you come on the cruise?
I hadn't been on the other ones.
No.
And Chris Payton and Thomas McGinty were coming on this one. And Thomas hasn't been to Australia before.
No.
So it was a really good chance to hear him talk without going to Roots Tech. And that cost a little more.
It certainly does. So do you find this rather cost effective?
Yes.
Mm.
And it's a good way to visit, because we're having future family history days in the ports. Because I've brought my mum.
Oh, have you?
And so we're meeting up with, I have a brother in Melbourne and a brother in Adelaide. So we've met each of them and their daughters.
Okay,
So
so
we've had 3 generation lunches.
oh, that's lovely. So you're combining. Hope you're taking photos.
Lots of photos.
That's great. Now, you're a member of the society.
Yes.
Have you learned anything that you'd like to take back to the society?
Well, I think there's lots of little bits to take back to some of the special interest groups, because I know the Irish and the Scottish special interest groups have got a bit bogged down with where to go next. So
you
there's certainly
think
some
you can
tips
help
I
them out?
Well, I don't know. I don't really know what they know, but I'll pass on the notes.
And you run a special interest groups, I believe.
The MAC group
Yes, we should have
in the technology group.
put you on show, shouldn't we? At the, on the cruise with your
I'm-
expertise in Macs. I might whisper to people
Oh, I
that you're a bit of a
know about that, but then I thought I wanted to pick everybody else's brains. And not.
But you
Got
could,
myself in.
you like all of these other people here who've got an area of expertise could actually volunteer or just rock up at Research Help Zone
Well,
time.
I've been picking the military brains here.
And why are you picking the military brains?
Because our society's doing a huge World War I project. We're
Oh, do
writing
tell us about it.
1,500 biographies of the soldiers.
Because I'm not in the society.
No, we're
and
not
I
in the
don't
same
know about
society
it.
at all. All biographies of all the soldiers on memorials in our area and any others that are associated, including nurses. And we're treating them equally.
That's good to hear.
Well, I mean, they should be
Girl
more
power.
than equal, I think, because the nurses did things that women just were not expected to do back then.
Yeah,
So,
that's wonderful.
and we've got some elusive ones.
So coming back to the cruise, any personal takeaways so far?
Isn't that enough?
Well,
That's a lot of takeaways.
it's a lot of takeaways. All right.
In
Is your
in
head,
2 sea days.
is your
yes.
head bursting? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you're pleased you came?
Yeah.
That's good. We'll see if Margaret's pleased that she came. We've got Jackie's from New South Wales. She's a member of the Ku-ring-gai Historical Society. I know someone else who's a member of that society. We had Tiggy, who's from Queensland. Now we've got Margaret, who's from Western Australia.
I am.
So Margaret, why did you come on the cruise?
I'm addicted to them actually. This is my third.
Your third. What was the first one?
The third.
The
was,
first.
Oh, sorry, the first.
First one, two,
First
three.
one was out of Brisbane.
Mhm.
on P&O, and
Mhm.
you know the ship was a lot smaller than.
So the
than this one.
facility's better for a conference on this one?
Yes, there's a conference centre which is just ideal.
Yeah.
It was very hard on the first one,
Difficult.
but
So you came last year?
I did come on this one
Last year.
the-
And did you come back because we got a discount?
Oh, of
A big-
course.
Oh.
Of course.
Because of an electrical
Well,
issue, we got it rather.
Yes, there has to
Big
be some,
incentive, yes.
something to compensate us for not getting to Fiji.
And I believe you're doing a genealogy happy dance today
Oh, yes,
because of what you found. Do tell us what you found.
I spent several hours in the Lutheran archives today, and thank everybody for opening up for us, because they don't normally open on a Saturday, so it was really lovely that they did open. And I just picked my 4 major German names, and I've got lists with 996 names on, and I would say 700 are family.
Oh
So
my heavens,
I
you
had
need those tap shoes on.
Those, I've got the indexes, I've got to come back now, I didn't have enough time.
Oh.
Yeah.
So isn't that wonderful? So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just a bonus. That's not
Yeah.
part of the formal program.
And
It's just something that happens.
My
and-
flip pal
yes.
went berserk until the battery ran.
Oh, we need rechargeable batteries, and we need to carry them with us.
I had new batteries back here on board,
Oh,
so I
dear.
ended up using my camera until I ran
Oh,
the camera flat
that's
as well.
okay.
But
Yeah.
yes.
Well, back to the
Yeah.
formal learning. Anything that you're going to take back and apply?
Oh, look, there's always
Look,
something.
is there any speaker
Um,
that you've gelled with
Well,
particularly?
Thomas has been very interesting, mainly because we haven't heard him talk, and because he's talking on the technology part of things, it's very nice to learn
Yeah.
what's happening.
Mm.
Not that I'm likely to ever use some of it, because there's only 24 hours in the day,
Yes.
and when they invent a few more hours, I'll start using a few more things.
So you weren't at all perturbed, or were you perturbed about travelling all the way from Perth to Sydney to get on the ship?
No, that's just,
Yep.
West Australians are used to that.
That,
Yeah,
yeah.
so,
So
yeah.
what did you do in Sydney? Did you do family history before you
no,
came?
I haven't.
Oh,
I've got,
tut, tut.
I've actually got family
Real
in
family.
Sydney, so I stayed with my daughter and son-in-law when I was there, and I'll go back and stay with them, and then move on to my nephew's home. So I do always do family things in Sydney.
Sydney.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
so-
will do some family
yeah,
history.
A question I should have asked a few people, and if they might come over here if we've got a minute. Have you got any suggestions of what would enhance the cruise, what would make it even better? Don't be shy. You're only going on YouTube.
Yeah, sure.
More
Sorry.
time? Heavens
More
to
time.
Betsy.
Yes, yes.
More time.
Fewer sessions.
Oh no!
Which,
No,
which
I
means
love the
more.
choice.
Which means more days.
Yeah.
You've got to sail for more days,
Days,
so that we
yes.
could spread them out a little
Okay.
bit.
Margaret, come closer. Have you got any thoughts about what would make it even better for you?
More sessions.
More sessions?
And more time.
And more time. And Tiggy, what about you? What do you think?
No idea, but yeah, maybe more sessions, or maybe there's some gaps in some topics that could be considered,
Considered.
like Hungarian.
Hungarian. Jackie, have you got any thoughts? Sean, what are you feeling like saying anything? Do come around. We'll eject Margaret from the chair.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
because it's Sean White's from Sydney, New South Wales. She doesn't live too far from me, but I don't see Sean very often, only at these events, and it's great to catch up with her. So, Sean, how are you?
my blogger beads on.
No, you should have your blogger beads. So how are you feeling about the cruise and the program? Are you sort of happy you came, or
No, I'm very happy I came.
you're very happy you came?
This is my
These
first-
people in the background are making such a racket. We won't be able to hear Sean White. Oh, they're talking about AFO.
This is my first cruise ever.
Your first cruise ever.
First ever cruise and first.
So how are your sea legs now? Because I think they
I
were a
didn't
little
get
bit
them for 2
dicey to
days,
start
yeah,
with.
They were
Yeah.
very dicey for 2 days.
Yeah.
No, they're good now. They're
Good.
now.
Okay.
And,
Oh, why do we go across Bass Strait?
yes, I'm looking forward to that. I just just thought this was a really good opportunity to get together with people that I've met through genealogy like you and Pauline Cass and things, and meet people I knew online.
New people, yeah.
And there's always things to learn.
Right, so have you learned anything? Is there, have you got some takeaways?
I have got some takeaway things.
Do
Actually,
tell us.
library thing from you as
Oh,
well.
good. I love library
I'm
things.
ditching,
I keep talking to that camera and it's that
ditching
one.
Goodreads, and
Okay.
I'm going to change to library thing.
Yes.
And Pauline Cass reminded me
Oh.
to. I thought that was brilliant.
Wasn't hers one of the
Yeah.
best
It's
talks?
one of the things you forget to do is to look broader
Yes.
than just your ancestors,
Yes.
and look into the whole community
Yeah.
and their friends, and that's something I'm going to go straight home and do. Thomas made me feel like I need to get organised,
Oh, okay.
and I loved Chris's talks because I have a lot of Scottish and Irish, and looking forward to the nurses because I have one family with 8 nurses in that period, so that will be good.
Good.
Yes, I've got lots of things. That I'm
So
taking home,
you're not
so-
sorry that you came?
Oh no, not at all.
Oh, not at all.
No,
That's good.
sorry, my husband couldn't get on one in Sydney. But
Yes.
Maybe.
It's probably good that you left him behind.
I have to say that. I have to say I'm sorry. in case he watches.
Well, it's not quite time for dinner, but I will let people get to dinner. Anything you think could happen to enhance the cruise experience? Don't be shy. Some people say there should be more in the program, some people say there should be less. How have you felt?
I've felt that sometimes it's been hard to choose. There've been some
absolutely.
really,
Yes.
2 or 3 really good, interesting topics that possibly those could be keynote speakers on their own.
Like Pauline.
Yes, and it's been hard to choose. I've had to
Yes.
miss some that I'd like to have gone to, and then there've probably been others spread across that that really
Probably sort of,
weren't, didn't interest me.
there've
as
been
much.
maybe three beginners on all at once.
Yes.
And maybe we need a bit more
so
balance.
perhaps a bit more balance. And
Yeah,
that would be my only
that's,
comment.
yeah, that's a comment of mine. I felt that.
I'd agree with that.
You'd agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, everyone agrees, so I hope Alan watches this.
But timetabling this must have been
Timetabling is,
And
yeah.
I think you've done a fabulous job.
Yeah,
Oh, it's been
yeah,
wonderful.
It's been good.
And things
Yeah.
run to time, so that's been
Well, that's good,
Quite-
yes.
quite
More
a feat.
internet would be something I'd
Oh,
like
well,
to
but
get
that's
my
the
blog
ship.
written.
That's it. Well,
That's the
hello,
ship.
we're supposed to be on Google Plus, and it worked, 2 hours ago. But now, of course, technology's.
The ship would have better internet. I'd be really
Yeah.
happy.
Yes. Anyway, that's why. Now, I know we've all got to get to dinner because things on the ship work to clockwork.
And because people on our table turned up at 6:15, the other night we were away.
Oh, you're joking. Oh, well, I want to thank everyone who's. Is there anyone who wants to say something? Because I'd hate to cut anyone off.
We all have.
You've all had. Okay. Well, if technology has worked, we'll post this up on Unlock the Past's YouTube page. Or if they don't want it, we'll post it up on my YouTube page. I'll hope that I get still have an internet connection after dinner, and if I have, I'll try and post it. Otherwise, it will go up in a couple of days. So thank you all cruisers for coming along. It was supposed to be a Google Hangout. This is what happens in a Google Hangout, except it gets automatically recorded. Thanks all, and I'll say this is a wrap. We'll see you around the ship.
Thank you, Jill.